Check, check, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Check, check, 1, 2. Hello, hello? You can hear me? Okay, Hoodlum 2002 here. This is a live stream that I'm doing for me reaching 100 subscribers. So, in lighting of doing that, I am doing a Q&A live stream. So, if you have a question, go ahead and ask it to me. I will answer it the best way I can. So, if you got a question, ask it, and I'll see what I can answer for you. Oh, favorite number? That's a tough one. Uh, hmm, Probably 8, maybe. Uh, yeah, I think 8 would be my favorite number. How long have I been watching NASCAR? That I honestly don't know. Um, Probably. I remember watching I think it was the 2011 Daytona 500 when Juan Pablo Montoya crashed into the jet dryer. I think that's as far back as I can remember. And then I also think the first race that I saw Junior win was the 2014 Daytona 500. I believe that was the first race I saw him win because I can't remember if I watched the 2012 Michigan race when he won in the Batman car. But yeah. Besides Sauter, who's my favorite truck driver, that's that's a really difficult question if I have to be honest. Because I don't really watch the truck series a whole lot. Um, Besides Johnny Sauter, who's another truck driver. I don't think I have an answer to that question. honestly. Oh dang. Well, I must not been remembering that. It's been a long time. Oh man. Mountain Dew fan, you got another question for me? First race I've ever seen in person. Uh, that would have been Texas in 2016. That was a cool race to go to. First ever race at Texas Motor Speedway, which is my home track or state track. I don't live near Texas. I live about 5 hours from Texas. But 2016 Duck Commander 500, I believe, is what it was. That was the first race I went to. Had a good time. It was fun watching it. No commercials. Came back with 4 souvenirs. I got the program diecast that they sell at all the races. It's got the name of the race on it and a paint job with the theme of it, I believe. The Texas one, it was camouflaged with ducks all around it. I also got Dale Jr.'s 2016 nationwide car there, and I also got the Dale Jr. Batman and Jimmy Johnson Superman car that they ran at Auto Club in 2016. But first race at Texas, it wasn't too bad. Did I see any drivers up close? Um, no, apparently not. We did go down there. We did get to see Leonard Skinner perform. That was my first concert that I've seen live concert. So it was still fun watching those guys run Texas. Junior got second to Kyle Busch. Logano got third. What's up, Thunderstruck Chasing? How are you doing today? Hey, Random, how have you been? Go ahead and ask me a question. I am all ears. Oh man. Okay, these first few minutes have kind of been I don't know how good these first few minutes have been, but we've picked up two more people, Thunderstruck Chasing and a random person on YouTube 135. So go ahead, send me in a question. I'll answer it the best way I possibly can. Have we been in really bad storms recently? Yes, we were in one last year with Hurricane Harvey. Uh, we did get hit by it. We didn't get flooded too much. I believe my room and my brother's room got the most water, and my parents' room got the most water. But I think like the living room and the kitchen, that was the least amount. I think that's where the least amount of water was. But we've recovered from that. We've got some sheetrock up. We have the sheetrock up in my room, my brother's room. We still have some areas where we need to put sheetrock up, but we're getting there slowly but surely. But yeah, Hurricane Harvey was the most recent storm that we got hit by. That it's almost been a year since that happened actually. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we recovered from Hurricane Harvey. Yeah, thanks Thunderstruck. Yeah, we're recovering great. Yeah, we're recovering great. Uh we didn't really let it affect us too much. I mean, it's just another bump in the road that you have to put up with because you never know what weather's going to throw at you. Okay, random person on YouTube asks, "What's your favorite NASCAR track?" That's a tough one because you have the two super speedways, Daytona and Talladega, where it's pack racing, a lot of drafting. Uh, those places are known for their big, huge wrecks. And then you have short tracks like Richmond, Bristol, and Martinsville, where there's a lot of bumping and banging, lap traffic everywhere. And then you have like your intermediates like Texas, Phoenix. What's another good one? Atlanta. But it's hard to pick what my favorite track would be because I don't know if I have a favorite track. Like maybe if the racing's good, then I like the track like what we saw English like what we saw at Chicagoland when NBC took over with Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. Larson was able to run down Busch running the high line. And I think that's what I really like about racetracks where you can use like the inside, middle, and the outside lane But I honestly don't know if I have a favorite track, so I I have no idea what my favorite track would be. Next question is Thunderstruck Chasing again, asking what are my thoughts on the Roval? Um, I kind of think it was a good idea, the Roval, the Charlotte Roval being into the playoffs, because I mean, I think having a road course in the playoffs would really shake with uh more English. I really think a road course in the playoffs would really shake up the playoffs. But honestly, I would rather NASCAR go to like an actual road course, like Road America or like Mid Ohio, just so it's like an actual road course. But I mean, if the Roval was the best they could do for now, uh, then I don't know. But can't wait to see how the Roval shakes up the playoffs. Thoughts on Brian France? Honestly, I don't really have many thoughts on Brian France. Really, what he did on what was it Sunday at 7:30 after the race, getting a DUI. I think that was stupid. And I mean, you can't be the owner of a sport and then go out and you can't be like the owner of the sport and then go out and get a DUI. Like that's stupid. But I mean, from what I've been seeing on Twitter and all that, Brian France never really attended the NASCAR races. Honestly, if you're going to be the owner, my opinion is if you're going to be the owner of an entire sport, you should at least go to every race. And Thunderstruck Chasing says, am I ready to see some Mid Ohio racing today?" Um I think so. I'm not I know it's not on the I know it's not on NBCSN. I know they're streaming it on the NBCSN app, but I might have to get it because I actually kind of want to see I kind of want to watch Mid Ohio, and plus, if you didn't know already, Bill Elliott is running the Xfinity race today at Mid Ohio, so that's kind of cool, especially after his son Chase Elliott got his win at Watkins Glen this past Sunday, which I thought was really cool. Holding off with the defending series champion for 30 laps. That's kind of crazy. If there got any other questions about like maybe some of my hobbies or something like that, I'd be glad to answer those too. How many diecasts do I have? Um, I believe I have about maybe 85 to about 90, if not 100 diecast. well, those are all 164s, and then I have 3 124s. I have more 164s because those are cheaper and I'm able to afford those. Um, once I'm able to start getting more and more money, I'll be able to start moving up and start getting the 124s. But as of right now, I do I collect 164s because they're cheaper and easier to for me to afford. And the next question is random, asking what's the favorite race I've watched. That's honestly a tough one because there's a few we've had a few good races this year. We had Daytona 500 with Austin Dillon winning back in the 3 car, 20 years after Dale Earnhardt won his 500. So that was a pretty memorable win. So there's that one. There's the Daytona 500. There's the Chicagoland race when NBC took over with Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson. We had Daytona with Eric Jones winning. Another young gun getting his win. We also have this past Sunday with Chase Elliott, making or winning at Watkins Glen. So that was pretty cool. Honestly, it's a toss up between the Daytona 500 and the Watkins Glen race. But yeah, it's honestly it's honestly a hard pick for me to decide between the 500 and Chase Elliott winning because obviously Austin Dillon getting the 3 back in victory lane at Daytona in the biggest race of the year, but then you also have Chase Elliott finally getting his first win. But those two are at the top, but I don't know which one's better. Thunderstruck is asking, how do you think the ILMS will go after Anthony comes back to do it? Honestly, for me, Anthony's late model simulation series is not going good for me at all. The first race, I think I got a top 10. The second race, I got a top 5. And then Mid-Ohio, it just went down. Blew an engine in Mid-Ohio. Got spun out at Eldora. Wrecked at Rockingham. I somehow finished second at Texas World Speedway. Somehow. I have no idea. But there was that. I've crashed in many other races. I don't even know how many because I've lost track. But my season is going. My late model season is going terrible. I'm last in points. Honestly, there's no way I'm going to be able to make the playoffs. So, yeah. Yeah, Thunderstruck. I think Anthony said he'll be able to he'll let more people in, but like he has to recognize but he would want to recognize your name. So like me or random, he recognizes me and random, so he would let us in. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get in too, Thunderstruck. When I think it was after his truck series finished, we were asking him all of us on his Discord server were asking if he could do a season two. And he asked if there was enough. He said he wants there to be enough interest for him to do those things. I mean, I'm interested in them. I love it. And I think it's better when you live stream it because it's almost like watching an actual race, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. Like the truck series, going into the playoffs, watching those playoff races, I was stressed out. Random asks, will I return to JCG Racing? JCG Racing, that is Alexander Cass Stevens' team that he made. Me, him, and someone else are on his team. I think I'm gonna stick with him. I honestly think I'm gonna stick with him because I had a lot of success in the truck series, winning the championship by 2 points, beating Just Cause by 2 points. But I'm thinking I might just stay with JCG Racing. Obviously, my late model series season isn't going too good, but it's just one bump in the road. Uh, it's just one little bump in the road right now. For the late model series, but honestly, very cool to have won the Truck Series championship, first ever Truck Series championship, running with Mike Skinner's Goodwrench scheme from 1996. That felt good. Next question is Thunderstruck asking, "What are your thoughts on Kurt Busch moving to Chip Ganassi Racing next season?" I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that. I've been hearing the rumors for I've been hearing about Kurt Busch maybe not making it to Stewart House Racing, or he's not returning. Hang on. Oh, wait, is it actually confirmed that Kurt Busch is going to Chip Ganassi Racing? I was seeing the stuff on Twitter about I was seeing on Twitter the things people were saying that Kurt Busch wasn't going to be at that Kurt Busch wasn't going to be at that he wasn't going to return to Stewart House Racing next year. So I honestly, it's Kurt's decision if he wants to leave. I mean, I don't know. I know him winning the Daytona 500 in 2017. I'm sure that was a memorable moment for him. For him and Stewart Haas Racing and all those guys at Stewart Haas on his pit crew, but honestly, that's probably the one good highlight for him being at Stewart Haas Racing, because I don't know if he won before for Stewart Haas Racing because I can't remember. But I mean, honestly, I don't know. That's really Kurt's decision if he wants to leave Chip Ganassi Racing. So I mean, I have no idea. I mean, hopefully, good luck to him if he goes to Chip Ganassi. I don't know what Chip Ganassi's gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna get another car or if they're gonna kick out McMurray and McMurray could go to Stewart Haas next year. But we'll have to wait and see. Next question is random saying, "What's my favorite NASCAR paint scheme?" That is a very, very hard question. Um, Favorite scheme? Oh man, that's a really hard question. Favorite scheme, favorite scheme. Struck. All right, Thunderstruck, you go on and go get your phone charged. Hopefully, you'll be back before another 30 minutes because I'll be going live for another 30 minutes with this Q&A. But back to Random's question, saying what my favorite paint scheme is. I honestly don't know. There's Dale Jr.'s 2014 National Guard scheme. I love that scheme. He won 3 times in that scheme with the 500. One of the races at Pocono, and he won at Martinsville. So Dale Jr.'s 2014 National Guard is one of my favorite schemes. I do like his 2015 patriotic scheme when he won the what was it, the 2015 Coke Zero 400. That's a cool looking scheme. Another one of my favorite schemes, this was actually last year, was his Mountain Dew Talladega scheme that he ran last year in October. It was the Mountain Dew scheme with all the names on it, and one of the reasons that's my favorite scheme is my name was on that car. They did a thing where on the Mountain Dew website, you type in your email, you type in your name and your email, and then you submit it. And then I think Saturday, the day before the race, they sent everyone out an email saying, type in your email, and if your name made it on the car, it'll zoom into the section of the car, and it'll show you where your name was. Was on the Mine was on the passenger side, underneath the 3M logo where the contingency sponsors would be, right behind the front wheel. That's where my name was. I have the race version diecast of that Talladega car, so I'll be doing a review. I might be doing a review of that car when NASCAR heads to Talladega later this year. So look forward to that. Two of my other favorite schemes would be the two throwbacks that Junior ran in 2017. His AC Delco throwback and his Budweiser throwback. I liked how Lionel made a raced version of his Homestead car with the DEI stripes. That was a pretty cool. That was a good race to watch. Truex winning the championship. That was awesome. Held off Kyle Busch for the win. But those are just a few of my favorite schemes. I don't know what my all-time favorite one is because that's a really tough question to answer. Any more questions? Championship prediction. Ooh, that's kind of an easy one. This whole season, ever since these three have kind of been dominating the races, Truex, Harvick, and Kyle Busch, uh, or otherwise known as the Big Three. Um, I honestly have no idea. Who knows? Maybe something could happen in the playoffs where one of the Big Three drivers is affected and maybe gets knocked out of the round. But but oh man, oh man, I can't stop yawning today. But championship prediction, the whole talk has really been the Big Three. People have been saying that Harvick, Truex, and Kyle Busch are probably going to be all three of the four in the final four at Homestead. It's still unknown who the fourth driver is, but of the big three that I would want to see a championship, or that I would want to see win the championship this year, probably Kevin Harvick, because I think Harvick would be in the lead for points if he wouldn't have got penalized at, what was it, Vegas, for the window, for the rear window issue. But that's my prediction. Maybe Kevin Harvick could win it. Who knows? Maybe who knows who that fourth one could be. You got another question for me, random? Where's the pizza you ordered 3 months ago? Um, I have no idea. Who knows? That's a funny one, random. Moffitt beat Sauter. So Johnny Sauter finished second. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Come on, Johnny Sauter. You had one job. A last lap pass to God. Did Johnny Sauter choke or something? Is he gonna be the Chase Elliott of the Truck Series? Honestly. God dang. That's upsetting. Random or Mountain Dew fan, y'all got any more questions for me? We're at 39 minutes. Oh, that's a good one, random. Thoughts on the Mustang? So as you all know, the Ford is bringing the Mustang back, or is bringing the Mustang up into the Cup Series. Um, I'm honestly, my thoughts on it. I think it was a good idea because Chevy, the Camaro and the Mustang, they have a huge They have a huge history. They have a huge rivalry. So honestly, the Mustang coming up to the Cup Series, I think that's going to be. I honestly think that was a. I'm honestly glad they're bringing the Mustang up because I mean you have the Mustang in the Xfinity series as well. Uh, Chevy also runs their Camaro, not the ZL1. They run like the SS in the Xfinity series, but it's like it's cool to see how Chevy has two different Camaros in the Cup Series. Mustang. It's really cool to see the Mustang up to the Cup Series. But yeah, really cool to see the Mustang coming up. Also, Toyota is bringing the Supra into the Xfinity series. So Toyota actually now has three different, two different cars and a truck. The truck series, they run the Toyota Tundra. Xfinity, now they run the Camry, but next year they'll be running the Supra. And this year for a few years, Toyota's going to be running the Camry. But Mustang, yeah, I'm actually feeling good about the Mustang, even though I'm probably more. I do like Chevy and Mustang. Oh, I accidentally hit the stand. But yeah, I like the Mustang. 42 minutes. I think this is going good. You got any more questions? Go ahead and ask them. I'm gonna answer them the best that I can. Maybe something about like maybe like what I do in my off time when I'm like maybe not watching NASCAR. Whew. What do you think NASCAR should do with the rule package next year? This has also been another subject that people have been touching on. The let's see what NASCAR should do with the package next year. Um, Honestly, that's a hard one to answer. Honest, obviously, people have been saying that this package this year hasn't been all that good, and how it hasn't been all this good, and like they need to go back to how like to maybe like the 2014 to maybe the 2014. People have been saying they should go back to the 2014 package. Um, Obviously, NASCAR tried something new with the All Star race where they had the new splitter. Um, they had the Xfinity looking spoiler with the two ears on both sides. And then they also ran restrictor plates as well at Charlotte for the All Star race. people were saying that was good, but honestly, I have no idea. I honestly don't really. I'll just I'll just see the stuff and be like, honest. I mean, it's NASCAR's call. Whatever they want to do. I mean, hopefully they listen to the fans. But honestly, I don't know. That's a really tough question to answer. Pack. I do think what NASCAR should do with the package is for Daytona and Talladega. I don't think they should have that stupid thing where you can't have where like no ride height. Uh, that was something that was established earlier this year uh with NASCAR saying how like or with NASCAR making the cars have no ride height at Talladega and Daytona. But honestly, it's NASCAR's call on what they do with the package. And we have a new person here, Anthony. Thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate it. Xfinity races, yeah, I'm aware of that. That's why I'm trying to get this done now before the Xfinity series starts. But yeah, go check out Anthony. He's been busy moving into his new house, but once he gets back moved into his new house, he'll be able to start streaming again. I'll be happy because it's been really boring around here. Not really much to do. Usually, when Anthony's live streaming, that's a good thing for me because I mean, it gives me something to watch every day. What new manufacturer do I think should join? That's a tough one. I know Dodge has been in the question for a while. I honestly think Dodge should come back. Maybe they could bring out maybe the Charger. Maybe they could bring out the yeah. Maybe Dodge could bring out the Charger. Maybe the Challenger. I know I've noticed in the Xfinity series there'd be about one or two Challengers. So maybe if Dodge was to come back for the Cup Series, maybe bring the Charger. And then if Dodge also was to return for the Truck Series, they could bring they could use the Dodge Ram. But a new manufacturer other than Dodge, that's a tough question to answer. Dodge, you've got maybe Nissan could come in. Lexus. What other cars are there? Lexus, Nissan, Audi. Who knows? But most of the talk has been around Dodge. Next question comes from Anthony asking, "Do I like the Cowboys or Texans?" Texans. That'd be my honest opinion. I live closer to Houston than I do to Dallas. Favorite college team? Texas Longhorns. When you're in Texas, you gotta root for your teams. I don't watch football a whole lot, to be honest, but I mean, I at least know my home teams. So, okay, Anthony, I really don't think you're putting in effort for these questions. McDonald's or Burger King? Honestly, when my yeah, there you go. Johnny said it. McDonald's. That's our go-to around here. Random goes with Burger King. Your first job was working at Burger King, Anthony. That's interesting. That's interesting to know. Also, this stream has been going on for 50 minutes, so another 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll live stream for another 10 minutes, and then I will end it here. I agree with Random. Yeah, McDonald's chicken nuggets, those are awesome. But yeah, Random, I'm agreeing with you there. Um, any other questions besides NASCAR stuff? That's kind of almost what it's been this whole time is NASCAR stuff. I mean, I do like talking about it. It's just kind of fun getting off subject for a little bit, off of NASCAR for a little bit. Burger King burgers. Oh, that's a good one, Random. What do I want my first car to be? Um, I was originally wanting to maybe try to get a 1965 Ford Mustang, but chances that's a long shot, especially finding one that's in good condition and can run, and the price that's able to afford that we're able to afford. So don't think that's gonna happen. So I've actually reconsidered maybe a 2004 Monte Carlo. I mean, I'd be okay. I'd be okay with a Monte Carlo for my first car. What's that supposed to mean, Johnny? You shocked that I don't want a '65 Mustang no more? I can go insane if you want me to do that. How about I could go insane if you want me to, Johnny. I could say I want my first car to be a freaking Nissan Skyline GTR R34, which is illegal here in the United States. But I mean, reach for the stars, right? Okay, Anthony. These questions are kind of are real. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Who would win in a fight to the death, Dale Jr. or Alex Bowman? Um, I honestly don't know why, Anthony. Neither, says Johnny. That's funny. Do you think GM should bring back Pontiac? That's another manufacturer that could possibly return to NASCAR's Pontiac. Pontiac would be a good one to come back to the Cup Series. I totally forgot about Pontiac. A big slap fight, says Anthony, if it would be a fight to the death between Dale Jr. and Alex Bowman. You should be asking who would win in a fight, Joey Logano or Kyle Busch, or Matt Kenseth or Joey Logano, or Jeff Gordon or Brad Keselowski, or Brad Keselowski versus everyone, or Joey Logano versus everyone. Who knows? Smoke drove Pontiac. Yeah, Tony Stewart did drive a Pontiac. And then he moved to Toyota for Joe Gibbs, and then Chevy, and now to Ford. That's crazy. I think that's the only driver. Tony Stewart, I think, is the only driver that I know of that has driven all four manufacturers: Pontiac to Toyota to Chevy to Ford. That's crazy. Well, no. Did they use Dodge? I don't think they did use Dodge. No, they didn't use Dodge. So I was wrong on that. Dang it. "55 minutes. We've got 5 minutes left." Oh, Stewart-Haas Racing did drive Dodges. I did not know that. um, 203 right now. Xfinity race at Mid Ohio, I believe, is starting. Bill Elliott's making his. Bill Elliott's running the Xfinity Series. They use Dodge and Racing. Okay, yeah, that's more understandable. What sponsor do you think will replace Lowe's for Jimmy Johnson? That's another good question. That's another good question. Who's going to be the next one to sponsor Jimmy Johnson? That's a really tough question. What are some sponsors in Hendrick that would probably sign up for Johnson? I honestly don't know who could sponsor Jimmy Johnson, because I mean, like, he's a 7-time champ. You'd probably need like a big sponsor. Lowe's is like a huge sponsor. Johnson should be done. I think we have a non-believer in here. I have faith in Johnson. I think Johnson might get a win this year, maybe next year. Who knows? But he's not really in good shape right now, though. But who knows? But who could replace Lowe's for sponsoring Johnson? That's a tough question to answer. Because I mean, I was saying Cobalt, but I think people told me that Cobalt is associated with Lowe's, so that probably wouldn't happen. So who knows? We'll probably find out maybe later this year or in the off season. And then Johnny asked, who do I think will win the race, Xfinity race today? Honestly, I have no idea, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch the race today. Maybe. Anthony asked, is Amy Raymond the next Teresa Earnhardt? That okay. The last name didn't sound right. You mean Dale Jr.'s wife? Honestly, if she's the reason that Dale Jr. didn't run the Clash this year, then I would have to say yes. Yes, Amy's probably the next Teresa Earnhardt, because I mean, if I was a racer and I won a pole in my last season, I would want to run the Clash. Run the new Camaro, see how it feels. One more shot to win something at least. Okay, Johnny and Anthony does. I don't even know how to respond to that. American Racing Channel asked, "Do I like IMSA?" Could you tell me what that means? I don't really know what that means. And also, 59 minutes of streaming here, so might get to wrap this up. Oh, sports car racing. Ah, so like what is it? So like Endurance GT with like the Ford GT and all those cars, like the 24-hour races. I honestly don't really watch those races a whole lot. I mean, I do like the Ford GT. That's one of my I think that's one of my favorite endurance cars. I actually have been I recently started liking the Mazda 787B, I believe is what it was called. It ran in like the around like maybe 1980, 1990. I don't know. Anthony and Johnny are over here joking. Anthony says, "Johnny, you drinking any beer today?" Johnny says, "No, I find that very hard to believe." Uh, who knows? All right. Well, Anthony says the race is going green. Um, should I keep live? Should I go another 30 minutes, or should I wrap it up here? 787B. Okay, that's what it was called. That's one of my favorite Le Mans prototypes too. I love the 787B. That's what it was called. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, 787B. That's a yeah. I like that car. Yep, I figured that, Johnny. You gonna be riding on your mower, drinking you some Yingling or something? With its rotary engine, it sounded so good when I went to Le Mans. Oh, you went to Le Mans when the 787B was racing? I I wasn't around then. With its rotary engine, so good. I'd imagine so. It sounded good, but yeah, 787B. I really actually like that. I like that car, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know if y'all have been able to tell this now, but Johnny Hernandez is my father. I'm his son, so get that out of the way. Just to get that out of the way. No, in 2015 they had a Le Mans flashback, was what it was called, and they had. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you are the awesome dad, because apparently Random and all them say you're the number one dad in the whole world. That's cool. American Racing Channel with the when they had Le Mans flashback in 2015, and they have like, is that like they do something where they get old endurance Le Mans endurance cars out onto the track, like the 787B and many others? Is that what they do? I know I'm an awesome son, John, or dad, or Johnny. I don't even know. Oh man, yeah, best dad ever, right here, Johnny. Fortnite time. Yeah, you're probably gonna get second place. Who knows? Be careful, Daddy. You don't want to you don't want to get too many second place finishes. Pepsi or Coke? Shoot. Between Pepsi or Coke, I like Coke. You just got second place the first game you played. Good job. You get the slow clap. You get the slow clap. American Racing Channel says the same thing with the back in the 24 Daytona before the Rolex 24. They bring old race winning cars out on track. Oh, that's pretty cool. They run exhibition laps in the in old endurance cars. That's pretty cool. I think NASCAR should do that. I know they did it. I know Richard Petty did it last year. Last year with at Darlington, he was in one of his old race cars. NASCAR should do that more. Get old cars out onto the track and like to have the pace car. I honestly don't know how they would do that. Anthony says he likes Pepsi. I mean, my favorite Pepsi product is Mountain Dew, but if you're gonna put it between Coke and Pepsi, I'd pick Coke because I don't drink Pepsi a whole lot. Hey, Corvette's back. Corvette's here, and he said he likes Pepsi better. Random says preferably Fanta. Corvette likes Mountain Dew. Yep, Corvette, I'm on the same page with you. Anthony asked, "Was the fastest your dad ever drove in a car?" Oh boy, 100 miles an hour. There, straight up, 100 miles an hour. NASCAR owns IMSA, so they kind of do that. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yes, my dad has probably reached 100 miles an hour. I remember one time we were coming back from a car show in Houston. I remember one time we were coming home from a car show in Houston, and there was a car off to our left that passed us. And he's like, he looks over me, and he's like, "I'm gonna catch up to that car." He catches up to it. He passes up the car. Car passes him up again. He steps on it again, passes up the car, and then the car zooms back by again. Catherine Lake. I don't even know who that is, honestly. I honestly do not know who the heck that is. Corvette says he's playing NASCAR 09 and watching the Xfinity race at the same time. I've been playing NASCAR 08. Oh, 145 is the fastest you've driven. Okay. Yeah. 145. I also remember a story that my dad told me when he was in Canada and he saw a speed limit sign and he saw the number 100 and thought, "Oh yeah, that's 100 miles an hour," not realizing it was 100 kilometers an hour. So 100 miles an hour in Canada. First time ever. How did you go? American Race Channel asks, how did you go from 59 subs to 100 in a day? Well, I believe it was Friday or Thursday night. I think it was Friday night. I looked on my phone because I remember the last subscriber count I had that I remember because I checked it daily was 87. I do remember when I was at 59, when I reached 60. And so then I went I didn't go from 59 to 100 in a day. It took about a few weeks because whenever I looked at it Friday, it was at like 87. And then I kept refreshing my page, and it slowly was going up. And then it finally reached 100 subscribers. I was like, holy cow, I cannot believe it. I did something for once in my life. I've done something good. Do you watch Angry Video Game Nerd? I don't even know who that is either. Really, the only video game channels I watch are you. There's a few other YouTube channels that I watch that have to do with gaming. Is that like an actual YouTube channel? Angry Video Game Nerd? Or no, is that to my is that supposed to be referencing my dad? Shots fired at my own father too. He does retro video game reviews, kinda. I don't think I've heard of him. Not really. Kamikaze Games? No, I do not watch him. I think he has a Twitter account. Um, I think his profile picture was the Tales from Fox. Do you have plans to start racing, for example, in the SCCA? Is that a go-karts or something? Tell me what that means so then I'll know. Start racing. Honestly, I don't really race anything actually. Oh, club racing? No, I don't race in real life. I only play racing video games. I didn't we never really had the there's not there's not many local tracks and stuff in Texas that I know of. Because like if you look at some of the NASCAR drivers today, majority of them were like in up in like North Carolina or Florida. Some were over in like California and Arizona, and they started racing go karts when they're like 3 years old. But I don't know. I still have my ultimate dream is to become a NASCAR driver, but I don't know how. I don't know what the chances are of that happening, but you know, who knows? I could probably pull something off. Indiana is the dirt track capital of the world. There's probably a bunch of dirt tracks in Indiana. I don't know how many, but there's not many tracks up here in Texas. Only track I know of is Texas Motor Speedway. What? I know, he sent me that already. If y'all heard that, that was my dad in the background. He's in the living room playing Fortnite. What? I know, right? How freaking obvious! How cool is that? I mean, I was able to win Anthony's Truck Series, but I mean, but but yeah, the only track I know of in Texas is Texas Motor Speedway. Who knows if Texas World Speedway is still even up to this day? Every country there's a dirt track. I think when me and my dad were at Texas Motor Speedway in 2016, where we were sitting uh, just outside of Texas Motor Speedway, like right behind the backstretch, they had a little dirt track out there too. Jackson, Texas, I know. Texas Motor Speedway, COTA, Austin. Oh, isn't that a track in Austin? Isn't that an Indy track or F1 track? Brandon Jones spins. Where's Bill Elliott at, Anthony? Corvette saying Brandon spins all the time. F1 races at Austin. Okay, yeah, I figured. I played I played a little bit of F1 2015 when I had my my 2-week trial of Game Pass, and one of the races I did was and one of the races that I did was at that track in Houston. Race at Bill's gonna race at Road America. I was hearing it was Road America, but then I was also hearing he was racing at Mid Ohio, but I have no idea. I was so confused. Thunderstruck is back. Welcome back. Corvette JGR needs to put someone else in the 19. Also, I think I know there's something else new here. Something recently that who do I think should replace Kurt Busch 41? Honestly, who knows? Maybe if Kurt Busch goes over and replaces Jamie McMurray could land a spot over at Stewart Haas Racing for the 41. But who knows? Cole Custer could move up to Cole Custer could because Cole Custer races for who does he race for in Xfinity? It's Stewart Haas in Xfinity, right? Who knows? Maybe Cole Custer could come up and snatch the 41. American Racing Channel says Bill Elliott raced his car that he won the championship in at the vintage race at Indianapolis. That's cool to hear how they do a thing where they get old race cars and you drive them around the track. That's pretty cool. Corvette says, ever seen last season ended, there was rumors of Custer going to 41 and 19. Or ever since last season ended. Oh, okay. Thunderstruck with a very easy question. Which driver is your favorite? Dale Jr. That's an easy question. He's been my favorite forever. Thought that may be it. Yeah, no kidding. An hour and 17 minutes. The beginning of this live stream was kind of meh, but I think now we've kind of picked up some momentum. So that's pretty good for my first live stream. I was expecting more people to show up. I was saying in my other videos to say, hey, I'm doing a live stream on Saturday. Come out here and ask me a question. I was expecting more people, but I mean, this is fine. This is fine. American Racing Channel, he says he's got to go. His karting final is about to happen. Oh, that's pretty cool. You race go-karts? That's cool. I didn't realize we were in the presence of a guy that races go-karts. That's pretty cool. Never knew that. Good luck to you. Best of luck. Thunderstruck Chasing says he's planning on getting Dale Jr.'s last ride. The raced version of it. I have the raced version of his Homestead car. The 164, not the 124, as always. I would like to have the 124 of it, but I've got other things I'm planning to buy. Who would win in a fight to the death? Ray Kendrick, Joe Gibbs, Roger Penske, or Jack Rouse? Oh man, Anthony, I don't even know how to answer these questions. That's honest. That's a funny question though. Almost an hour and 20 minutes. So I don't think this is bad for my first live stream. Remember 2011 when Richard Childress beat up Kyle Busch? I remember in 2011 when Dale Jr. ran out of fuel coming through turns, going down the backstretch at Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600. Also, something new that YouTube added a while ago is you can sponsor like some of your favorite YouTubers. Um, I've I've been sponsoring I've been sponsoring Anthony since what was it, July 7th. First, I was Anthony's first ever sponsor, so that's good as well. I know I haven't been watching him as long as other people have, because I found out from other people that Anthony did like Hot Wheels stuff, which sounds pretty cool. I have a bunch of Hot Wheels, but I don't have any Hot Wheels tracks. I did have one small one, but got rid of it. But yeah, first ever sponsor for Anthony. Anthony's got me and two other people sponsoring him. Once you get moved back in your house, hopefully more people will sponsor you. Looking forward to it. I've sponsored Anthony for one full month, so I feel like I'm doing something good there. Thunderstruck asking how many wins do you think Truex will have by the season's end? With Truex having 4 wins, I would say maybe I'd say maybe 8 or 6, 7, or 8 around where uh, the amount of wins he had last year. Except it's going to take him a little bit longer for him to get those amount of wins. Good prediction. Thank you, Thunderstruck. Corvette says, do you think Kyle Larson will get a win before season's end? If yes, then how many? Well, if you think about it, Kyle Larson has come close twice this year that I know of. Bristol and Chicagoland. And who was the driver that beat him both of those times? Kyle Busch. Honestly, I do have faith in Kyle Larson getting a win this year. I honestly thought Kyle Larson was going to be the next Chevy driver to get a win. Bristol, Kansas, Pocono, and Chicago. Okay, so I was forgetting Kansas and Pocono, but yeah, I was thinking before Watkins Glen. I was thinking if anyone's gonna get Chevy's second winner this year, it was gonna be Kyle Larson. He almost had it at Chicagoland. I watched the replay of him whenever Kyle Busch got into the back of him. Maybe before that, maybe going down the back stretch, maybe Larson could have let off and kept Kyle right next to him. That would be my opinion because once you hit the guy, if you get in front of him, he's gonna kind of do the same thing that you did to him. It's probably gonna end a little bit worse, and you're probably gonna. Now Larson didn't get wrecked. He did still finish second, which is good. But dang, that was like, how much longer am I gonna stream? Honestly, I mean, if y'all keep asking questions, I'll go for a little bit longer. Who knows, maybe 2 hours. This thing's going to take forever to upload. I totally forgot it's probably going to have to upload this too. Who's my favorite Xfinity driver? X-Man showing up. Thank you, X-Man, for showing up. Favorite Xfinity driver would probably be, last year, it was William Byron. Last year, it was William Byron. This year, it is Tyler Reddick. I don't know why, but apparently two Xfinity drivers that I rooted for last year and the one I'm rooting for this year, they're both rookies. Dang. Shoot, I'm rooting for a rookie in the Cup Series, Alex Bowman. That's been something people have been joking about. They've been joking about Bowman being a rookie, which I think is funny. Joking about someone being a rookie. That's hilarious. My favorite Xfinity driver is Ryan Preece. Oh yeah, Ryan Preece. I think it started raining now. That's Texas weather. We can get a bunch of rain. Hopefully not another hurricane. What's my favorite thing to order from Taco Bell? I've never ate at Taco Bell. Never. Oh, Thunderstruck, you live in Oklahoma? Dang. Yeah, I think it's raining right now. I could hear the rain bouncing off the roof. Hey, Anthony, I got a question for you. With me being your first sponsor, maybe you could be my first sponsor. That'd be pretty freaking cool. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I've been to Oklahoma once before. We went up there. We stayed at like a. I think we rented one of those. I think we rented a cabin, and we stayed in there for a while. I don't think it was a cabin. It was basically the size of it was a house. It was almost like a house, 2 stories. I don't know what year that was in, but that was a while back. Oh, Anthony says there's no sponsor or super chat options on my channel. Enable it. Oh, okay. Uh huh. Okay. Give me a minute. Oh wait, no, never mind. Okay, there's no sponsor or super chat options on your channel. You might have to enable it. Oh, okay. I may have to figure out how to do that. Nice. Is it better than Texas? I honestly don't know if Oklahoma is better than Texas. I mean, because Oklahoma doesn't get hurricanes, but I think like somewhere in Oklahoma you'll get tornadoes. So who knows? Usually, anywhere you go, different types of weather is a threat. Like down here, like by the Gulf of Mexico, we're we're threatened to get hit by hurricanes in hurricane season, and then obviously over up in like Oklahoma, tornadoes are there. Tornadoes are up like in Oklahoma. I think it's called the Dust Bowl or something like that. And then over on California, you could have earthquakes. Hawaii has volcanoes. New York, upward New York, I don't know what they get. I think they get a lot of snow, I believe. X Man Never Gives Up says, do you think Byron will get a win in his cup this year? It's possible. It's possible, maybe, who knows? I honestly think Byron would have to maybe be lucky or play strategy to win, but don't know. Yeah, like what Corvette said, Byron might get a win next year. That's what I'm thinking. Thunderstruck saying he hasn't had many tornadoes. That's good. Anthony asking if NASA wanted you to go to Mars to start an economy. No, I would not go. I'm perfectly fine down here on Earth. Ryan Preece. What's my opinion on Ryan Preece? I honestly have no. I don't know much about Ryan Preece. I don't watch Xfinity too much. An hour and 30 minutes of live streaming. Dang, this has been going good for my first live stream. Not bad. Do you think Danica is a bust? Um, I think she is, honestly. Danica's a bust. I think so, yeah. Because apparently the only thing that I know that people have been saying that she could hit is the wall. Cindric deserves not to be cup. Austin Cindric is trash. Corvette says, honestly, I don't really pay attention to many Xfinity drivers. Literally, the only Xfinity drivers I know are Justin Allgaier, Michael Annett, um, who was the other one? There was Tyler Reddick, Michael Annett, Justin Allgaier, and Elliott Sadler, because Junior Motorsports. Do you think aliens are real? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. That's a good question, though. Who knows what's out there? Oh, dang, what just happened? Oh, what the heck? Who will win the Xfinity Championship? Who knows? Like I said before, I haven't been watching Xfinity a whole lot this year. Random says, "Do you like Tesla?" Um, I am a car person. I don't really like Tesla too. I don't like Tesla that much. Johnny Hernandez back saying, "Do you have any pets?" Yes, we do have pets. We have a dog. He has a tortoise, two box turtles, and my little brother has three red-eared sliders. Two? Oh, my bad. What's your favorite manufacturer? That's a tough one. I have a lot of favorite ones. Chevy, Ford. Why do you like Ford? Oh, I said that already. Have you ever fought a bat? What? No. I think I know someone who fought a possum in a weird way, but I don't know. Oh, man. Maybe my dad could tell you that story over on Discord. It's a funny story. I've heard it. I just don't remember it. I just don't know how it goes. It's better when he tells it. Okay. An hour 34 minutes. I was not expecting to go this long. Favorite NASCAR game, says random. Probably NASCAR 15. Because that's who I race iAnthony on. Or that's the game I race iAnthony on. Come on, Dad, say it. Say I wreck Anthony. I don't care. Okay, whatever. So I freaking brake checked Legendary going into the corner of an F1 race. Oh well. Oh well. It's a video game. It's not real life. It's not gonna hurt him. Who would win in a fight, me or Anthony? Says Mountain Dew fan. Probably Anthony. Anthony might like uppercut you or something. Who knows? In your opinion, who's the hottest chick alive or dead? Don't know. I don't even know who that is. Anthony says he would win. I fight bears, wolves from. Anthony says he fights bears, wolves from Wisconsin. What, you go in the woods looking for bears and freaking fighting bears and wolves? Someone. He's on Anthony's Discord server. What else do you fight, Anthony? I'm very curious to know. Ask your dad who he thinks is. I think my dad just answered you. Okay, whatever. Okay, and now I think I figured out how to do the thing where y'all can donate to me, but I'd probably have to do that after I end the live stream. Okay, I don't know why this keeps happening, but the chat keeps disappearing on me. Hey, Hilda, have you thought of storm chasing as a hobby? Storm chasing is a. My dad said that. He's like, hey, you want to go in the Jeep? We can go up to Oklahoma and see some tornadoes. I'm like, no. You'd have. he see, he's getting all. Thanks for getting him all excited now. Now I'm gonna have to go up to Oklahoma to freaking. Oh my gosh, you're crazy. Random saying most anticipated movie this year. Definitely the Bumblebee movie. I can't wait to see that movie. Thunderstruck says, I'm not a full-time chaser because I'm not old enough to drive another year and a half. I should be able to. You actually want to go storm chasing, Thunderstruck? Take my dad with you. Mountain Dew says, is Hendrick Motorsports dead? I don't think. No, not really. I mean, yes, they're struggling this year, but with Chase Elliott winning at Watkins Glen, I think that kind of gives them a light of hope, maybe. Okay, sure. Do you think Richard Petty Motorsports should go back to Ford? I think probably, yeah, they probably should because I mean that's what that's the manufacturer that Richard Petty wanted it to be. I don't know why he went to Chevy because he partnered up with Richard Childress, which I think that's a good alliance, the King and Richard Childress. So I honestly maybe think Richard Petty should stay with Chevy. Thunderstruck says I've seen some pretty good storms, no tornadoes, sadly. You need tornadoes to be a storm chaser. You can come down here and monitor hurricanes or something. Thunderstruck lives in Oklahoma, Dad. I've established this already. Yep, see, I was right. Oklahoma. No. I'm just doing a Q&A. I had to ask. I mean, it's cute. Well, I don't think it's really a Q&A anymore. Have you ever drank pop from a bowling shoe? What the heck, Anthony? What is this question? No, I've never done that. I think my dad told me one time he ran so fast that his feet came out of his shoes. My dad's got some funny stories he could tell y'all. Y'all probably would laugh for days. Do you have a Dale Jr. sticker on your phone? No. I have my dad's lame skeleton phone case on his old iPhone 6. It's the only case I can use until I get a new one. I mean, I have an Alex Bowman wallpaper for my background, but I mean, on my phone, but that's really all it's been. Man, New Fance's Xfinity race sucks. I guess that's a good thing I'm not watching it. I have AJ Allmendinger's Xfinity car from Watkins Glen. What year was that? I did know AJ Allmendinger went at Watkins Glen in what was it? 2013? was when he won there. Hour 45 minutes for my first ever live stream. Not too bad. Are you going to make a reality TV show? Oh no, 2014 was when he won at Watkins Glen. My bad. Random asks a reality TV show. This has been this has been a topic that's been said for a while. No, I don't think we're gonna have a reality TV show. I mean, if we did have a reality TV show, it'd probably do good. My dad would probably be the star of it. Say random, since you got your new computer, you should go and make my new truck scheme for season 2. Thunderstruck says, "I wish you luck when Anthony gets moved back in and starts again." Yeah, I don't know how good I'm gonna do. Last in points, playoffs is about to start. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna make the playoffs. I'm still gonna shoot for a win. Yeah, Randon, you need to get on with making my scheme. You probably could have mine. You could have mine done right now. There's not much you got to do. Just add the AC Delco logo and change that gray line to white, and then that's basically it. Thunderstruck says, "Don't worry, you got me cheering up." Thanks, Thunderstruck. American Racing Channel is back. He says he won his karting final. Awesome, congrats. That must have been a long karting final. Yeah, congrats to American Racing Channel for winning his karting final. Mountain Dew fan. Hashtag Hood for the championship. Maybe for the truck series when Anthony gets a season 2 going. Who knows? I could win back to back in truck series. Not late model though. Late model, I'm not doing so good. I think next live stream. I have no idea. Have you ever seen the Dukes of Hazzard? I've never seen the Dukes of Hazzard, but I know what the car is. It's the Dodge Charger with the Confederate flag on the roof. I mean, I know what Dukes of Hazzard is. I've just never seen it. I've seen Back to the Future though. I really like Back to the Future. Oh, American Racing Channel. This is a question I've been wanting. What is your dream car? My dream car is a Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. That is it's an old Japanese car. It's illegal in the United States. However, I have been hearing that when the car turns 25 years old, it should be legal in the United States. Random asking if I want AC Delco Goodwrench. I want Goodwrench as my main sponsor. Like keep Goodwrench on the hood. Keep the truck black. The gray stripe, keep the red stripe there, but the gray stripe, change that white. And then on the quarter panels above the rear wheels, put 2 AC Delco logos there random. And then on the deck lid, when you look at the deck lid on the on my truck for the truck series, there was two Goodwrench logos going from the back window down to where the spoiler is. I would say put two leave those, and then put an AC Delco logo in the middle, going from left to right, but in between those two Goodwrench logos. I'll probably message them to you on I'll probably message my idea to you on Discord. Random says his dream car is the Ford GT. American Racing says his is the new Ford GT. And American Racing asks, if you were in the Cup Series today, what number would you want and what sponsor would you love to have? I would like to have, if I was a NASCAR driver, I would want the 8 in the same Dale Jr. font, which I don't think that would go very well because Teresa owns that font, but I would like to drive the 8. As for sponsor, I really don't know. Like maybe I was actually thinking maybe Traxxas. Maybe Hot Wheels, Lionel, maybe. Those are some of the sponsors I would probably want if I was in a Cup car. Traxxas is good. I actually have a Traxxas RC car. I have the Traxxas Rustler VXL. That's the Traxxas I have. I have a Slash as well. An hour and 52 minutes of live streaming. That's crazy. I was expecting to go an hour, not almost 2 hours. Do you like / care about IndyCar? I don't watch IndyCar a whole lot. I don't know. There's not many racing that I watch. It's usually just NASCAR. I do like drag racing, but I don't watch drag racing too often either. IndyCar is the same way. I don't really watch it a whole lot. F1, I don't watch at all. What else is there? I don't really watch any of the 24-hour endurance races. Mountain Dew says, do you watch Cody H Gaming? I don't know who that is. I don't think I've heard of him or her. Thunderstruck says, do you watch NASCAR iRacing stuff? I recently subscribed to iRacing on YouTube because I actually kind of want to start getting into iRacing. I don't think I can do that now because the computer that I'm live streaming on, iRacing has like a little test thing that you can do to see if your computer is compatible. And this one wasn't compatible. There was one thing that it failed at. I don't know what it was. Maybe when I get my own house, and maybe whenever I have like my own computer, maybe I'll start doing iRacing stuff. But yeah. I recently subscribed to iRacing. American Racing says we need to get you into Asphalt Limo. Is that to me or is that to someone else? Shoot. Thunderstruck says, so if you like iRacing stuff, then watch Race Spot TV series, NASCAR Peak Antifreeze, iRacing series. I heard about the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze series. I think they live stream the races on Facebook. So I recently went to iRacing on Facebook and liked their page because I might start watching that. But American Racing Channel, is that directed to me with saying that you'd like to get me into an Asphalt Late model? Is that directed to me or someone else. Thunderstruck says, yeah, and they also live stream on RaceSpot TV. Dang, American Racing Channel actually wants me to dang. I honestly don't know how that would work out because I'm still in school. I'm gonna be a junior this year. I'll graduate in 2020. Who knows? Anything that could probably help me get up to the NASCAR level, I'd be okay with. And asphalt late model doesn't sound too bad of a place to start. I would just need sponsorship. I mean, that is my all time dream goal is to become a NASCAR driver. Oh man. Thunderstruck says he graduates in 2022. So you're going to be graduating 2 years later than me. Hour 56 minutes of streaming, about to be an hour 57 minutes. I think I'll go on for the next 3 minutes. And then I'll probably end it at 2 hours. I was not expecting to go 2 hours. I was really only expecting an hour. But this is good. I wouldn't say this isn't too bad of my first ever live stream. I do maybe plan on live streaming video games or making gameplay videos once I get the necessary equipment that will allow me to do that. But as for now, I'll just stick to diecast reviews. With all the diecast that I have now, and if I keep ordering diecast, so I'll just stick with the diecast stuff. American Racing Channel says, if you ever move to Indiana, we have a thing called fast kart racing. From fast kart racing, you move to some sort of asphalt racing, then the modified / truck series. Okay. Well, looks like I'm going to Indiana, boys. Oh man. Looks like I'm going to Indiana and pursue my NASCAR career. Anything's possible. Just got to do what's necessary. Oh, Random says, what's my next NASCAR race? That is a good question. That is actually going to be Daytona in July in 2020, which will be a few months after I've graduated. Because our parents are letting us do the year we graduate, after we graduate, we get to pick a place where we want to go to. And so I was like, you know what? I want to go to Daytona. I was really wanting to go to Talladega, but it wouldn't have worked out because you have the Talladega race in spring, which I'd still be in school then. So that wouldn't really work out too well. And then there's the October race. I was thinking Talladega because Talladega is getting that new configuration stuff done. And I would like to go to Talladega to check it out, but I don't think that would work. I mean, it also seemed like a better idea because it's less of a drive from here to Alabama. But then I was like, you know what? I guess we'll just go to the July race at Daytona. So that's gonna plan on that. That's what I'm planning. That's gonna be English. That's gonna be my next race. We are now at 2 hours, so I think that's gonna round it up for my first ever live stream. I don't know when I'll live stream. I don't know when my next live stream will be maybe 200 subscribers, but it was fun. It was fun doing this first ever stream. Wasn't too bad of a first stream, but hopefully I'll get to next week diecast review as always. Go check out my other diecast videos, and as always, I will see you guys next week. And yes, Anthony, I will catch you on Discord as well. So guys, this is Hoodlum 2002. See you guys next week.